condiments, computer games, life advice from a drum machine, and anime porn. Let's dive deep into the Sisters of Mercy's extremely 90s website. Hello friends, it's Dan from Slashdance, and if you like new goth and industrial music that sounds just like old goth and industrial music, maybe you dig my new album, Slashdance, Everything Goes with Black. It's available on vinyl, it's on all the streaming platforms. We have a new music video, we'll link above, below, or somewhere really easy to find. Or if you just like weird topics like the one we're about to get into today, maybe consider subscribing. I'm just getting started, and how do you get subscribers unless you ask? I have no idea. So the Sisters of Mercy are one of my favorite bands, and if you're watching this, I feel like there's probably a pretty good chance that you dig them too. And if that's the case, have you visited their official website? It gives off this vibe almost like it was coded in the late 90s by the band themselves. And there's a good reason for that, because that's exactly what happened. The Sisters of Mercy coded this site themselves. Now it has been updated as recently as this year because there's updates on concert cancellations due to COVID. So it's not like they just forgot about it, but most of the website is just a perfectly preserved in amber archaeological relic of internet days gone by. And the first sign of this is that it works great in every browser except for AOL. So if you're thinking about visiting it from AOL, I got bad news for you. Now on first glance, it has everything that you would expect on a band's webpage, such as news, live dates, lyrics, links to buy merch, and all the typical things you would expect. The first real sign that there's more going on under the hood is a mysterious link that says, Dear Doctor. So Dr. Avalanche, not a person. Dr. Avalanche is a drum machine, or a series of drum machines have just been upgraded through the years, probably a computer now. So this advice column is the drum machine answering your questions. And by answering your questions, it seems mostly like things the Sisters of Mercy just wanted to get off their chest and be snarky about, such as, Dear Doctor, my friends say I would look cool in 100 pounds of crushed velvet and cobwebs painted on my temples, to which the doctor replies, you have no friends. I personally couldn't disagree with the doctor anymore on that one, but everyone's entitled to their opinion, even drum machines, I guess. Dear Doctor, I'm in a 10th rate goth band. It goes on to say that's as good as goth bands get, and the doctor replies, Now regardless of what category Wikipedia and pretty much everybody classifies the Sisters of Mercy under, it's pretty much a meme at this point that they do not like being slapped with the goth label. In fact, this is the only instance I can find on the entire website where anytime the word goth is mentioned that it is not just completely censored out. What's this? I mistyped, and now I have landed on a 404 page, except it's not a 404 page. It is a text-based adventure game explaining to me how I got to the 404 page and how to get out, and there's links at the bottom. The Sisters of Mercy actually programmed this. It's sort of amazing to think that the Sisters of Mercy were sitting there going, we should make a text-based adventure story for our 404 page. This all becomes a lot more clear when you go to their What We Like section and click on the computing link. On this page, the Sisters of Mercy list in great detail that they're super into Doom, Carmageddon, Lemmings, Myst, Turbo Esprit, X-Wing, CD burners, the Kensington Turbo Mouse, DOS 3.3, and CompuServe 2.44. Also, all Infocom text-based adventure games that specifically don't include Goblin Speak. I've never played any of these text-based adventure games, but apparently for the Sisters of Mercy, Goblin Speak is just where they draw the line. Sorry, goblins. Now, if you're interested in music gear and production, this website is basically a treasure chest. There is information about every single guitar, every single effect, every single sampler, sequencer, mics, mixers, and it's not just a list. Every single one has a little thought next to it. For example, a Yamaha SPX 90 is cheap, cheerful, and easy to use. as where a Roland chorus echo is the best thing on the planet when it works. I don't think that I can overstate how useful some of the information on this website actually is. When I was doing my album, I was having a really hard time getting that 80s goth deep vocal thing to sound vintage and right. And when I was Googling around for techniques, that's how I found this website. And right there in gray and yellow, it says, there's nothing useful between 200 hertz and 4 kilohertz. So I got rid of everything between 200 hertz and 4 kilohertz, and it turned out great. Now, aside from things that are related to music, there is a near endless supply of ideologies, theories, and factoids about pretty much everything. And by pretty much everything, I mean up to and including condiments. HP brown sauce, cheap red sauce, Hellman olive oil mayonnaise, Morrison's whole grain mustard, sweet chili sauce, and salt are all condiments that the Sisters of Mercy think that you just can't live without. We're going to switch focus to another section that caught my eye under the heading Yearning, which is basically just a list of babes that the sisters are into, and much like the gear, there's notes such as Gillian Anderson, circa 1994, and Angelina Jolie, who they describe as obvious but undeniably fit. Being a longtime anime nerd myself, under the watching section I noticed a few listed, and aside from the usual suspects like Ghost in the Shell and Akira that were popular at the time, they also list anime with raucous tentacle sex, starting with Yurutsuki Doji. And it does not stop there. This is a band's official website, and there is a adults only link section to anime porn. Could you imagine going to like the Rolling Stones website and there being links to anime porn? Somebody definitely would have made a video about that. The adults only section greets you with a warning to let you know that the links will contain sex and or violence, and if you're offended by such things, not to click them. But I've got your back, so to take one for the team, let's investigate. Now it appears that Neo Tokyo and J-Girls are sadly no longer with us, but popping them into the Internet Archive Wayback Machine, we can learn that Neo Tokyo and J-Girls were at one point websites that had links to the top 100 anime porn sites as ranked by somebody. However, the third link, the internet's sickest sites, is still alive and kicking. So congratulations to them on 20 plus years of links to electro sluts. What? Electro sluts. What? That's the Sisters of Mercy's official website. If you're a fan, block off a couple hours and give it a read. I don't think you'll be disappointed, and if you weren't disappointed in this video, consider subscribing and make a suggestion about what other trivial subjects I could put way too much effort into making a video about. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you next week.